All right. We're back. We are back.
Why would anyone willfully eat an onion tart?
That doesn't sound bad to me. I'd eat it.
That's a savory tart.
But it's an onion.
Onions are great.
Onions
Yes,
are delicious.
but it's a savory tart.
But it's onions.
And onions are awesome.
But they're not, though.
But they are, though.
Fuck you mean?
But they're not, though.
How do I know you? Also, why the fuck can't I tag Waffle House?
You know, there are certain things. Hashtag sponsors Waffle House.
Hashtag sponsors Rights Bacon.
Rights Bacon.
Well, no, I put that on every single tweet, but for some reason when I at Waffle House on Facebook, did they block us or something?
I still don't know what rice bacon is.
Good bacon.
Rights is a
$10
company that makes...
$10 for about 2 pounds.
Rights is a company that makes bacon.
Is that expensive?
Yes.
They also produce...
Okay, I don't buy bacon.
They also produce a product called Wright's Bacon Ends and Pieces, which is approximately 3 pounds of off-cut bacon. Like, it's literally the ends and all of the pieces when they are squaring up the bellies to slice them into rashers. It's all the offcuts. It's all the pieces that aren't the right shape, and it's the tips and the pieces and stuff like that. So you will get like a golf ball sized piece of meat, piece of bacon, and it is delicious.
Well, hello, Internet. We're back. We're back this week. Yeah, seriously, Rights Bacon or Waffle House sponsor us. I'll even accept a Shoney's if there's any of those still in existence. Anyway, let's see. Last week, y'all fought a vampire that plane shifted itself away when y'all blew it up with fire. I think that is a summary of the last episode, right?
Yeah, let's go with that. And follow me here. The name we renamed the episode. Drifus's mom runs away on him again.
Damn.
Drifus's mom leaves him again.
Yeah.
The last thing you heard, I gotta go get smokes. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. And smokes crashers. I'll be back.
So, y'all are heading off towards Hillins to the south. Newgate outpaces y'all and seems to push on through the night. Are y'all wishing to rest, or are y'all going to try to push to Hillins tonight?
I could use a rest.
I need to double check my stuff. And I think I probably need a rest as well.
I don't think anyone's HP is too bad off.
No.
I think it's just spell slots.
I mean, I'm less than half of my HP currently.
I'm below 100 and I've lost like permanent HP until I rest, so.
Yeah, that's the thing. Dislodge this.
Resting might be a good idea.
You know, looking at this map, yeah, there is a wake of destruction that is 110% not our fault.
There are 3 cities that burned to the ground off to the west.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have started a holy war.
And then Kroth's been gone.
Why does it not surprise me that somehow you're managing to destroy every single town you pass through?
We don't do it. It's not our fault.
Okay, the tavern was kind of our fault.
So there used to be this other lady in our party, and it's all her fault.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
No, it was definitely one of the brothers' fault.
I'm clipping that, and I'm just going to put
us.
text over it of Mulak throws Perry under the bus.
That is 100% not true. I don't recall either of us doing anything that would cause that much destruction.
Not all the kegs of, black powder that blew up.
That doesn't seem to be the only thing that you can't recall, and she'll give him a glare.
I didn't set that trap.
I didn't say you said it. This is my mic. Let go.
Don't listen to her. You grab that mic. You eat that mic if you want to.
If she breaks these, you're buying me new ones. Shut the fuck up.
Uncle Knox says you got this, babe. Go for it. Do you, boo-boo. You have whatever you want, Sugarfoot.
Fuck off.
Emily, this is mostly our fault, in all honesty.
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't get it twisted. 110%.
So, are y'all going to go off the road to set a camp?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to look at my brother. Probably the whole woo, we don't look like us thing is probably a good idea.
Where did that acrobatic fellow head off to?
Who?
I don't know, we just met him.
Who?
I think maybe y'all pissed him off for not following the plan that we had agreed on.
You have literally known Newgate 3 days.
Shit happens. A lot of shit happens with us. He needed to get used to it. I don't think he could.
Fair enough. That's a shame.
Let's see. What is everybody's passive perception?
He also tended to wander anyway, so.
15.
24.
16.
13.
15.
So, of course, Mulaith notices a small kobold dragging something over a hill slightly off to the side of the road.
Greg, what do you got?
He jumps up, looks around, and slowly starts trying to push it back behind a bush.
Greg. I walk over. What do you have?
I look at it and go, we see you, buddy. It bring it over here.
I go over to him. What do you got?
Nothing.
Give it.
Tarl grabs him by the collar of his shirt and lifts him. Is he still holding it?
He's holding part of it, but you notice what he is dragging is a woven branch tent.
Where did you get that?
I found it.
Where?
On a wagon.
How far away was the wagon?
He points over where the smoldering burning behind that one.
Oh, well, new tent. Good job, Greg.
They was all dead.
Good job, kid.
Also, any rumbages, and Tarl, he hands you a wad of paper. Receipts.
Receipts for what?
They had receipts. I took receipts.
I'll look through the receipts and see what they've been spending money on.
Greg has learned to call any type of paper someone has written on a receipt. So you're holding letters to families. You are holding a manifest of what equipment they had. And there is the remains of a journal that has been kind of torn up in this wad of paper.
Anything of interest in reading in the journal or the manifest?
Manifest, just as you look, the manifest is worthless. It is your standard traveling accoutrement and quartermaster list of food and equipment. Like it is meticulously kept, but that's it. The journal, as you read through it, again seems to have come from a quartermaster and has brought up since they left the Dampwood that at least one or more members of the Woven Branch escort have been disappearing every day as they went down through Goff, Lavelle, and Hooten Holla. And that he finds it odd that people are disappearing while they're transporting a dead body.
Well, then the dead body ain't that dead.
Dead body was eating them.
Greg has drug a tent with him. Someone give me an investigation check on the tent. It's got most of the parts.
Better than having only, part of a tent.
So you'll be able to set up a decent campsite with the half the tent you got, plus the bits and pieces from this Woven Branch tent. It also looks like a Woven Branch tent. There is a good amount of blood on this thing as y'all start getting it up.
That happens when people get blown up.
It doesn't anymore.
You're just prestidigitating it around to clean it.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the tent set up. Who's going to take first watch?
I will.
Anybody else?
Gestalt.
I'm fine by myself.
Gestalt. You just see Gestalt slowly come rolling from back behind y'all with a whole bunch of just Woven Branch armor and other bits and pieces just floating inside his Katamari Damashi roundness.
Of course, that's what I roll. A fucking nat 20.
Yeah, you notice. You're the first one to notice that Gestalt's making his way back to y'all. Or making their way back to you.
I guess he's making another Brad.
So, y'all, with the 25, for the time that you're on watch, nothing occurs.
Wasted a fucking 20.
All right, who is taking second watch?
I can.
All right.
I will as well.
With an 18 perception. 25 perception. What y'all notice is far off in the distance, you can start to see at the edge of the horizons what you're assuming is the light of Hillins. Probably still most of a day's way away, but there's an unnatural amount of light on the horizon from the south.
I'm going to I'm going to produce a hey, let that go. I'm going to produce a small. I'm going to produce a wineskin out of my bag of out of my jumble of shit, and I'm going to find 2 cups, and I'm going to pour 2 cups. I'm going to sit down next to our sister. Here, this is good. This is gonna be weird. So, here.
She's gonna give him a side eye and kind of roll her eyes and take it. When is it ever not weird? At least when it comes to you two.
I'm going to produce the ring that I still have, and I'm going to hand it to her.
DM, remind me of the name.
I have it written down somewhere.
I think it's Moulette.
Yeah, it was Moulette.
Okay. What is this Moulette's ring? Why do you have it?
I am going there. Okay, there is a reason that we are having this conversation just us, and that he's not with us right now.
Moulette?
I am going to ask you. I'm about to ask you a question. That is probably going to. That's going to be very, very strange.
Okay.
But I need you to answer it as fully and completely as you can.
You're starting to scare me.
Whose ring is that?
This is Moulette's ring. Your other brother? There's 3 of you, but he was always kind of the odd one out, so it's not surprising that he's not here, but it does surprise me that you have his ring.
110% blank expression.
He's the Eldritch Knight. He was like me. He fights. Where did you lose him? He must be off doing one of his missions again or something like that. I don't know. He started getting in with some royal-ish family thing. I don't know all the details, but
We don't remember him.
like at all.
We have always been twins.
Twins? No. No, you're triplets. What the? Is there anything that Moulette might be able to roll to possibly know anything about anything as far as this is concerned?
Roll me Arcanum.
Oh no. Oh no.
This makes no sense to you. Your brother's blank expression. Just this. Mularn has always been the most deadpan and point blank of your siblings. This is outside of your wheelhouse, whatever is happening with him, because he's not easily fooled or tricked. You know this because of both of your other brothers trying to constantly do that to him as children. So if this is magic, it's something you just do not understand.
So we may need to go see Mom about this. I don't know what's going on with you, but I don't know. Maybe Moulette had some secret thing that he needed to go do, but I don't know why.
Here is my theory.
Mm-hmm.
My theory is that he was with us. Something happened up north. We were on an island called Doublet. Further north, on the cold island, there was a fucking mountain on top, and there was somebody there. There was one person there who kept trying to send messages. So we went out to try to see who it was, to try to figure out who it was, whether it was Theocracy or just some crazy old guy in the fucking. It doesn't matter. On the way there, something happened. There was this thing. This thing. Maybe it was a bunch of things. I think it was singing. I think he died.
No, you can't know that. He's too strong for something to have taken him like that if the rest of you are still here.
I found that in a pool of blood. So that may not be a bad thing, because I've been thinking about this ever since it happened. Mulak doesn't remember anything. I found the ring, and something clicked, and I know that something is missing. And I think if we can find someone who can resurrect people, maybe we can bring him back and it will fix us.
I think
this is so far beyond my depths, because let me put this into perspective for you. If I am right, then we had a triplet that was erased from existence on what seems to be a local scale. That is so far outside of my depth that, Laith, if I'm right, I'm scared.
I think we might want to go find Mom and tell her. She may know what to do.
I'm going to pull out my mirror. I've got this thing that I worked on around that time. It lets It lets you talk with some. It lets you essentially project your consciousness into a pocket dimension with someone. It does the same thing to them for about 5 minutes. Let you have a conversation. I have been holding this ever since I made it, wanting to do that. But I don't think 5 minutes is it's not enough, and it takes a week to recharge. I don't think that the 5 minutes isn't enough time for me to even partially explain what I think happened, much less get an answer.
Probably not, honestly. I mean, I know you think you know what happened, but I can't believe that he's dead. I think something just happened and maybe he got magically whisked away or something, but there's no way that he could die and you wouldn't know.
The person we found at the top of that hill said he came up the same way that we did. Alone. He was set out on a solitary mission. He was surrounded. He was from the theocracy. He was surrounded with enough rations, food, and supplies for 25 men.
That still doesn't mean that they've died, though. I don't know. We'll have to figure out some way to either contact Mom or go see her then. Unless you want to use the mirror that you made to tell her that we're on our way or see if she can meet us somewhere.
The last thing I want to do is bring Mom here, you know? Because that's just gonna be a beacon, and that's just gonna draw more shit. And the amount of shit that follows us, even just incidentally, it would. The last thing I want is for her to show up and then and everything go to shit around us. And I don't
And to be fair, she'd probably be fussing over Mulak the entire time.
You're not wrong.
Wait, are y'all saying we now know who the favorite child is?
Oh, absolutely. No, let's not hit F11. And I'm out of my wake here, and I don't like it. There's not a lot that I can't figure out. Even if I can't fix it, I can figure out the cause of the problem, even if I can't fix it. And I have no idea what's going on.
You can't learn and remember everything. Sometimes you have to do some research, and unfortunately, and she'll just kind of gesture around to the fields around them. We're not exactly the best place to do any sort of reading right now.
Yeah. I've tried talking to Mulak a couple of times, and it's just a fucking blank slate.
I mean, that sounds pretty straightforward.
It's a blank slate with everybody.
Oh. Yeah.
So
Well, I won't bring it up then.
That's probably for the best for now. Because, oof. I mean, don't get me wrong. He would outwardly just shrug it off, but we both know he would mill it over, and he would just mill it over until it ate him up inside. Not that he would say anything.
Thank you for telling me, at least. I just, I don't really know what to think about it.
Now, with this ring that you found in the blood, Mularn, you have not cleaned it, have you?
Oh, no. Specifically packaged, wrapped, and stored in a way that maintains the blood.
And Moulaith will hand it back in the same condition that she was given it.
And it will then once again be meticulously wrapped and stored in a way that will preserve the blood that's on it.
Is that...
Yeah.
Is someone calling for Dad?
What?
I hear something in the background right now.
Probably her video?
Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay?
Yeah. And did you seriously put up the name for the next Just Brad as Just Brad in Pig Latin?
Yep.
Oh, neat. So apparently they just opened a new little nursery in town.
Is that where children are grown?
No, plants. And where the little spiritual shop was on Cameron.
There was a spiritual shop on Cameron?
That was for Claire. For you remember the old Scott video?
Yes.
It's there.
Okay.
I don't think I ever got to go to that shop.
They moved already. Like they opened and within like 9 months, they ended up packing up and moving because it was too small a shop.
Where'd they end up going?
I can't remember.
Shit.
Is that the one I went in with y'all?
No. This is no. This is another little one. Mish knows where it's at.
One Cannon went to the Gypsy Mart.
Was it Gypsy Mart? Or did I take you to? Yeah, I think it was Gypsy Mart.
You know, the last movie I remember renting from Scott Video was the Super Mario Brothers movie.
The last one that I can remember was I believe it was Warlock.
That would have been probably a 93.
That was 30 years ago, bud.
I know. I don't know when Scott Video closed, but
I mean, it's been a minute.
Hey guys, give us just a second. We had a nightmare.
Ah, okay.
That's why I kept hearing something was him through the wall calling for me.
Yeah.
So give us just a second. I'm getting him calmed down, and I'm watching Freya.
Okay, baby.
Sorry about this.
Life happens.
Family come first.
I don't know why suddenly over the last 30 minutes my Facebook feed has flourished into cake decorating videos, but I'm down for it. It's romaine lettuce. It's a romaine lettuce cake.
oh, my brother-in-law's not dying anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. Me showed me that yesterday. Apparently, he made a quick 180 yesterday.
Yeah, but he's gonna have another surgery today or tomorrow, and that will determine if he can ever have feeling in his 3 fingers again.
Well, I'll teach him to wash his gloves, or have hog gloves and working gloves.
Or just don't shoot a nail gun into your hand.
I mean, that is ultimately should be rule 1.
Back, little boy had a nightmare about a car crash that then caused his dream to collapse into a void.
Ah,
Yep.
Which legit, the way he described it is still terrifying.
Yeah. We were in the car, and then it crashed, and then there was nothing.
He's all right now, though.
Yeah. While y'all were having this moment, I was like, is Harley asking Kyle for something in the distance? Because all I heard is Dad. And I took out my headset, and I couldn't hear anything. So, anyway, who's taking last watch?
I will.
Tarl, give me that perception check as the sun begins to rise. Everything's fine. You're able to have a breakfast ale. Nothing to worry about. But give me, as you turn and look at the tent now in the daylight, give me a... Well, no, you would know the insignia. This was apparently a cannon's tent.
It is now.
Ba-bum-bum. Thanks, Knock.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Can I tell which one?
There's not a name on it, but you can see the insignia of rank. Which means if what the journal said was true, that's one less cannon to deal with in the diocese now.
I'll pass that on to people as they start getting up.
But you have your meal. You're able to put your equipment on. You're about a day's travel down this road from Hillins.
Well, I think
Probably need to do the disguise thing, huh?
Yeah, I think maybe once we get a little bit closer, but yes.
Mulaith, with your ungodly perception, you smell burning wood off in the distance.
Smells like someone's having a bonfire or something.
And it's a fainter smell. It's not like the stronger smell y'all would have that y'all are like a couple hours of travel away from a cart that you blew up. But this smells like off in the distance there is a fire.
Or at least I hope it's a bonfire.
At this point, probably not.
If y'all's track record is anything to keep in mind, probably not.
It might be a city fire, but we didn't start it.
Drifus,
You know what? If Hillins is on fire at this point, I'm just gonna start laughing.
You know,
Drifus'
there is a
response is we literally only set fire to Tottenham.
To be fair, though, there is a 15% chance that our bad luck is now preceding us.
Hillins is also burned to the ground like 5 times.
Yeah, he did it once, and I'm gonna point at Greg.
Greg, I do pyromancy on a collegiate level.
Sure you do.
That was a
I'm
big
sure.
word, Greg. I'm proud of you.
He holds up a jar full of yellow liquid with dead hornets in it that just says Pi Row with a W, Manny's.
Yeah, it's what he calls his Molotov cocktails.
So, do y'all wish to continue south?
Whatever's on fire, we'll probably see it eventually.
Do you do the disguise trick, Mulak?
If they want me to, yeah.
How long does it last? 8 hours?
I think it's longer than that. Seeming. Yeah, 8 hours.
So
We said it's most of a day to Hillins still, so we might want to wait.
Yeah, I can wait. But whenever I use it, we used to have a neighbor named Jerry when we were kids. Like, it was a lady, Jerri. And that's what my sister's
That's my
gonna look
aunt's
like.
name.
My sister's gonna look like. I mean, my sister here is gonna look like Jerry did. Like a sprightly
Right.
middle-aged woman.
That's what we call my Aunt Geraldine, is Jerry.
A sprightly middle-aged woman, just in time for her midlife crisis.
that looks slightly older than both of you in your disguised forms.
She's a good-looking lady, though.
So, as y'all continue to get down, it doesn't take long for more of you to pick up on the burning smell. And very quickly you realize what it is. There's a post, an iron post that seems to have someone banded to it that is still smoldering.
Eee. Is there anything posted around it?
Everybody give me well, with the exception of Mulaith. Mulaith, you wouldn't know this individual. Everybody give me a history check.
Oh no. I don't know who the fuck it is.
Let's see. Mularn will. Tarl won't. Arvax won't. Mulak. Nope. Doop boop 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 boop. Where are my people?
Oh no, it's someone we should know though.
Well, it seems like it would seem Roll20 has eaten this character out of my Hillins category. So they will get a new name now. But that was Maureen, one of the metal pikes.
Oh.
Seems to have been roasted alive in their armor.
Yee.
They've reached a point where they've started turning on their own.
That's unpleasant.
Huh.
Well, remember, the metal pikes are a mercenary band that were hired. And several of them did go with you when you left.
Yeah, and they're in a outlet.
And as you continue to go further south, about every mile, there's another one of these iron posts with an individual strapped to it that has been burned.
These have got to be the strangest mile markers I've ever seen.
That's one word for them.
This is what happens.
A warning would be another.
This is what happens when you help them.
I don't know how much choice some of them had to help. For all the good it did them. Do we recognize any others?
Hold on. I'm looking for it. You see the remaining miles all the way back until you can see what is now a massive stone wall erected around Hillins, bordering the edge of the rivers that its parts at the forks. The last about 15 are all Alanastro Gorbswobble, the original owner of Glorples. The gnome
Oh.
that had multiple clones. It seems to be, for like 15 miles, it seems to be them.
Oh, man.
And on these ones, the closer that you get to town, you see that there is actually writing that has not washed off of the iron post.
So,
Caught stealing food for some of them. For all of the Glorbswobbles, it is caught committing heretical magic in the name of a blaspheming deity. So it seems each of the people that have been placed on these iron markers for almost 20 miles outside of Hillins on this road are those that have been executed for some type of grievous crime to what you're assuming is Elvorn, personally, at this point. And you come,
Arvax is just looking angrier and angrier as we get closer.
You also notice something, Mularn, from the night before when you were coming down the road or when you saw the unnatural light with your sister. The area around Hillins, the farms have been increased. Northram is not just a couple scores of acres. It seems like miles now that penitent have been forced to work. So the light you might have been getting are the watchtowers that have been erected around these new fields that are being tilled and plowed.
We might want to disguise ourselves at this point.
Alright, I'll cast it and disguise our normal disguises. Including Miss Jerry.
Let's see, who would be the closest to Greg at this point?
I guess me.
Greg mumbling, it might not have been bad if we had destroyed this city.
Greg, I'm kind of starting to agree with you.
Well, hold on. You don't speak Draconic, do you?
I do.
No, I speak Goblin.
No, you just hear grumbling and hissing and snapping. Mulak, you hear he says that it might not have been a bad idea for us to burn this city.
I just chuckle.
And I will move the map. Does everybody have... Where's y'all's tokens?
On the left, on the south of Northram.
Hold on a second. I gotta go to map. It did not put everything the right size. I just heard my wife yell in the other room.
He's trying to rip off my lips.
Oh. I for a second I thought you said she pooped.
No, I said I need those because she's trying to rip my lips off.
I'm just going to stick everybody up here at the top gate because this is where y'all are currently going to be coming through. So again, Helen's appearance has changed in the little over a year that you have been gone. The farms are extending out further. There's watchtowers. There's definitely a larger woven branch presence, and you can even see some of the writ of land seems to have a small camp off in the distance from the city. But the most notable difference is that there are walls and towers now surrounding Hillins.
No surprise.
And as you get to this north gate that has a large, well, in Elven, above it is the Penitent Gate. You can see that there are 5 individuals that are hanging from gibbets.
From a giblet?
Gibbets. The cages that can be hung off the side of a wall. Being hung in a giblet would be worse, though, I think. Squishy.
Are they alive or corpses?
Perception check.
I don't know.
Millar and Arvax, they could be dead. If they're not dead, they probably want to be dead. Tarl, you're not sure if they're dead, but you'd be more than willing to put them out of their misery as a mercy at this point.
Are any of them familiar?
Mulak, all but one of the individuals in the gibbets are dead. The one that is not dead seems to be an emaciated halfling that is somewhere between consciousness and unconsciousness.
Do I recognize the halfling?
No.
I'll just go, "Huh, that's a rough way to go." Are they like up high or are they eye level?
They're probably 5-6 feet above y'all.
Or is there like people poking them or?
No, nobody's poking them. It's just like they've been left there to rot, and there's signs with Elvish underneath them. One of them is aiding Drow. Another one is blaspheming the prior. And the last three are trying to free penitents.
What's the one underneath the one that's still alive?
Tried to free penitents.
How far away from us is he?
About 5 feet up.
Can I cast message to him and say, how much longer you think you can make it?
Yeah, you can cast it. He kind of shudders, and all you get back is not long.
Hold tight, the revolution's here.
You send another message.
Yes.
The fuck? Okay. And there are 5 Woven Branch guards at this gate. These keepers are clad in their full plate mail, and one of them has a different colored plume on his helmet.
What was the... We don't remember the name of the frickin' livery owner, do we?
Webley.
Wobbly?
Yeah, when you cause a man to be liquefied, you kind of remember those kind of things.
Webley.
Webley. Okay.
However, like his son and they came with us, so they're not in town.
No, the Webleys are now an oblette.
Can I use a sorcery point for subtle spell and do detect magic? Whoops.
Are you going to cast it?
Will
Are you
our,
going to cast a giant image of Orcus?
will our badge of the guard help us any here?
Let's see. What is your badge again?
It just says badge of the guard.
Y'all got that in COD, didn't you? Yeah, y'all got that in COD. If you look like Woven Branch, yes, it would, because y'all used that when y'all went to the bank. But I don't think y'all look like Woven Branch right now.
Not at the moment. I mean, I can change this on a whim, but I think it would look weird if they.
We have a woven branch tent.
But with Detect Magic, these guys are wearing magical armor, and it has Abjuration on it. And
also,
there's a good bit of evocation on weaponry.
is there anything on the gates that say it would dispel magic?
Oh, say, like, if you walk through it would dispel any magic? No.
Correct. Okay. Looks clear of dispelling types of magic. They're geared to the gills.
Expected.
Hugh, do you remember what time we gave her a bottle?
It'd be about time to feed her here soon.
So what are we doing? Are we just like tourists going to Thirsty Quest, or?
I really doubt that place still exists. I guess we can go with the plan of we're supposed to open the new livery.
I mean,
We don't have any horses.
No, but I mean that's easily explained. We've been on the road. People steal shit.
All right. Well, let's head on up.
Now, remind me what we got a middle-aged lady. What does everybody else look like here, Mulak?
Just kind of like not super well-to-do, but
I was a very dark-haired human.
no, you were an elf. I made everyone elves except for Tarl.
Oh, that was the other time. I know. We changed my hair color.
Regular old elves, where we're not well-to-do, but we're not poor by any means. Like we're probably like upper middle class.
So as you come up,
Except Tarl is he's a dwarf, but he's like I don't know, a much, much, much different looking dwarf.
did you commit the sin and make him a beardless dwarf?
No, of course not. In fact, I made his beard even better.
That might be just as dangerous to imply that his beard is not magnificent to begin with.
And as I walk up, okay, and I have everyone's name. Okay, everyone, here's your names.
Oh my God, Moose.
I changed Drifus's, by the way. Oh, Anita Bath will just have to go over to my sister for now.
Mulaith, does this match for?
No, I require a much better name than that.
I will change it later.
You will change it now. Hurry up.
I can't. I have paperwork for Anita Bath.
God. Do I fit the description?
You do with magic.
Do I suddenly grow like 3 feet taller?
No, because I'll do that as well. I mean, like I can change the way the paper looks magically.
I hate this.
All right,
Drifus
let's go.
Drifus just looks at you. You are not the only one.
Be quiet, Warren.
Face hurt.
Hello.
Oh, we have a lady
And he's gone.
joiner.
And Belchafon has fallen out of existence again.
How you feeling, buddy?
He left.
He's already gone again.
Oh, just
He says face hurt.
just roving random Chris. All right, so as you come up, two of these woven branch cross spears in front of you, very, very stereotypical,
Oh God, I forgot that was the name he came up with for me.
tropey. Like they do this, and they are 100% committed to it. But the rest of you are like, this is the oldest fucking bit ever.
Like,
Hello, gentlemen. I am Isaac Peter Freely, and
Identification papers.
Yeah, here you go. I have everyone since I am the leader of this group, and I hand them all the papers for everyone.
Now, remind me, you had something to do with trade, didn't you, Moose?
With what?
Didn't you have the papers that you were doing trade?
What do you mean trade?
Like it wasn't.
Yes, Mulak is a trade.
No, I'm just saying. It's like
He is, by the way.
No, it's just the papers you hand them. Didn't it say like y'all were traders or merchants? Like, wasn't that part of what you had set up?
Yeah. It's just I don't know. Is that on the paperwork? Is like what your job is on your paperwork?
You made the paperwork.
I made it official paperwork. Is that on official paperwork?
I'm just saying. I don't think we ever clarified that was on it. It is official paperwork. They will look at it.
It's like your identification. I assumed it was like a driver's license where, it doesn't say my job on a driver's license.
Okay, so it's just identifications papers, not anything else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
State your business.
We heard that you were in dire need of a new livery because some friends of ours had, I believe, perished and their building. Now, I don't know if this is to be true or not, but I heard it exploded.
It was swarmed by the undead.
My God!
Where are your horses?
They're not here yet. We wanted to see if we could maybe get in, survey the area, see what type of building we can make or whatever, and then we'll have to see how many horses we have to then transfer over.
you ever raise chickens?
Make a persuasion check.
I have advantage at this, by the way.
I'll look at him and go, you ever see a chicken farm?
Yes, I've seen several.
Would you show up to the if you decided you were going to open a chicken farm, would you show up to the property with the chickens?
My father did. Successful chicken farmer.
I believe it. But how long? That was probably a while ago, right? Things are a little different nowadays. You know how the world is. By the way, I do have advantage, so it's a 28.
I know. I'm looking at 28. Like I saw that not one at the beginning. I'm like, oof. Wait, he said advantage 28. Looks you. All right. Going in.
Okay.
Paperwork checks out.
Thank you. And what your name was?
I am Elias McBock.
Elias McBuck. Well, thank you, Elias McBuck. It's a pleasure. All
All
right, guys.
Everybody, give me a history check. Arvax will know. Mulaith will know. Mularn will know. When you hear McBock, because an elf with a name like that is very unusual. He is obviously of the Mott Folly down in the Norvell Diocese, McBox, maker of the Theocra Nugget. One of the only... Yeah, McBox the Aqua Nugget, known for their 20 nugget box. That is one of the few foods that can be eaten during tithe because they've probably paid the church enough.
Bruh.
So if there's nobody can eat meat unless you buy McBock. Arvax, you just remember being a small child and getting a hold of nuggies when y'all sacked a shipment. The nuggies are shaped like little trees. All right, so y'all get through the gate, and as you enter in, what used to be known as the Inns, the poor neighborhood, where the livery once stood, between it and the marketway, is now nothing but shambling shanties of penitent quarters for penitents that work within the city.
Wait, is Market Way now Makey Way?
Yep. A lot of things have been renamed.
I swear to God, gentrification is just going to be the end of this place.
So the inn that y'all stayed at before to try to hide is gone.
Is Elaine's place still here?
Elaine's place became the wagon and went with you.
Oh, is there anything that was where her wagon was originally parked?
She was down more towards what used to be the market way.
She was
Oh.
not in the poor neighborhood.
No.
Oh, I thought you said we had passed through that and were in the market way. Okay,
No, I'm just saying
sorry.
as y'all are in what used to be the inns, the poorer neighborhood where y'all had stayed and hid out before, is now just a shanty town inside. The first thing you note is the smell is terrible.
These are the people we'll have to recruit.
Y'all continue to go down.
Yeah.
Can I keep an eye out and see if there's any like hidden symbols that aren't the theocracy symbols on any of like buildings or anything?
Yeah,
like maybe
give
it's like
me-
a secret hideout. Give you
Give me a perception check. I'm going through and editing the list of a few stores, most of which are now gone.
22.
You know what? All the taverns would have survived. People rebuild their taverns. With 22, you do not notice any iconography or graffiti. Like as you're moving through, you very quickly realize, at least here in the new penance section, these are just people that have been beat down. These are people who have been defeated on not just a physical level, but on a spiritual and a mental level. However, as you're going through, you do notice with that 22 Mulak a bulletin board as you get closer to the Makey Way. You see a drawing of a floofy, red-haired barbarian.
Of course, yeah.
You see a drawing of a very grumpy dwarf that does look more like Tarl than the first time you saw it. But the name seems to be Earl Frostbucket. You see a drawing of a very beautiful buff orc with flowing hair called Artax.
Boy, beautiful. That doesn't match up at all.
Just this big-toothed orc, long flowing blonde hair, and like staring intently at you, and you feel like the drawing's looking into your soul.
Does the drawing look like it definitely doesn't ever have fun?
Yes.
That's pretty spot on then.
And then you see the drawing of what looks like your brother with a longer nose. A drawing of you that is just not as beautiful as it needs to be. And then what looks like a short-haired version of the two of you that's got kind of a Chad chin. And the name's Mullet.
Did they add a person?
Is that Drifus?
No, the Drifus one's over to the side, and that one's like pretty spot on.
Is it Sean?
No, it looks like you. It looks like the picture of you and your brother, but with like a buff chin, broad shoulders, and a short haircut.
Did they miscount how many of you there were?
They must have. Mullet?
I guess having the wrong number will throw
What's
them
it
off.
say
too.
next to? What's it say next to the other two names?
Moo Yarn and Dragon Baby.
Dragon baby. Mullet?
Is the orc one
Oh.
like a male
Yes.
or
what?
female orc?
You know what it probably is? Remember, I had used an illusion to throw them off our scent, and I was like, "Oh, look, a drow's over there." That's probably it.
Also, y'all see an image of Elaine, but Elaine's figure is even more exaggerated than it already is. Kind of like the people who draw caricatures in Jackson Square. And it does have her full name.
Well, she's safe where she is. So
Also, there is a picture of a very angry little gnome that's just listed as Knifey.
oh look, you got a new nickname.
I like that nickname. And he starts to pull out a dagger.
No. Not yet.
So if y'all look at... Hold on. Tokens. There we go. Y'all can move your tokens freely. You should be able to.
I can't move much right now. I'm kind of balancing it all.
But with Hillins. The only tavern that is not still on here is the Sleeping Pig that got destroyed during the zombie uprising. So Brood Awakening, the tavern, Julius Cheddar's, the restaurants, and the Old Jolly Chimney, which is the tavern slash barbecue place, are still there. Where are y'all going to try to... Are you going to find a tavern? What are y'all doing now that you've seen this? Did I lose everybody?
I'm here.
Um,
What should our next step be? Should we just try and get a feel for what's going on and where things are now at this point?
Yeah, I feel like that's a good idea.
Send Mularn and Mulak out on a scouting mission like we're refurbishing the livery and try to get some info.
I'm back.
So y'all are wanting to find the livery spot and try to make that your home base?
I mean, might as well if they believed us.
All right. Right here, I believe, was the livery.
I believe so.
As you get there, you see a building that has been condemned. The signs that something clawed its way into it and through it is very evident. But there's still a roof over it. There's the small housing area, and then there's the stables to either side. I mean, y'all do have Greenleaf. We keep forgetting Greenleaf.
Greenleaf the Immortal.
We have, I allowed y'all to make a demigod out of a donkey. That is my fault.
not really allowed. Just it kind of happened under the radar, and you didn't notice it in time.
That is a valid way to put it too. So as you go there, I mean, there's a roof. Not much else is there. But it is a place to stay.
Well, I'm sure Tarl will be able to help us at least get this thing closed up enough to where we can talk.
I'll set out to work getting stuff fixed up to make it safe for us to stay here.
All right, anybody going to help? You know what? Gestalt will help with that. So I will move Tarl's token and Gestalt's token, and we will understand that Greg is there. So what's everybody else doing?
I think I kind of want to scout around the area just to see, just kind of see what things are like right now.
Okay.
See what kind of presence and everything the Woven Branch has just in general, and listen in on, see if I hear anything. It'll be helpful.
All right. Mulaith, what are you doing?
So just hanging out.
You're
Wait.
just-
Was that Mulaith or Mularn?
I was asking Mulaith. Are you just going to hang back at the livery, or are you going to...
Yeah, she was going to see if there was anything she could help with, like fixing up at the livery for comfort purposes.
Okay. So we got that. Twins.
I'm gonna go to Arvax and say, if you want to get a real good lay of the land, I'm going to hand her my stone, which my transmutation stone, which is pretty much statically set to extra movement. You get an extra 10 feet of movement. And I can change you into a cat.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Something that wouldn't be auspicious, and you can, at that point, you can kind of freely walk around town. I can only do it. It'll only be for about an hour.
I can run around as a cat for an hour, and then it's daytime because for some reason, which is great because for some reason cats don't have night vision in D&D.
Yeah.
No, if she gets too far away from you, Mulak, seeming doesn't work, correct?
No, it does.
It doesn't have a
Once it's
distance.
cast, it's cast.
Okay.
Yeah, once it's cast, it's just there.
For some reason, I thought like if they got too far away from you, it didn't work.
No, so even if it drops, I'd just be the
cat.
If the cat, once the cat thing ran out, I would just look like the other.
Okay.
If the hour of polymorph drops, then she reverts back to what she looks like in seeming.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure of that. I thought there was, for some reason, I keep thinking there's a distance thing with seeming. I must be thinking of another spell. All right. So Arvax is going to go looking around. Mularn, you gave her you as a cat. Mularn, what are you doing other than that?
I'm gonna kind of dink around the stables and see. I don't know. See if there's any places that we could set up as like a hidey hole.
Okay.
And
Mulak.
so my plan is to find someplace that can be set as a little hidey hole, and I will produce from my robes. I will produce I'll produce a length of rope, and I will drop it on the floor, and I will basically ready to go to cast rope trick if something happens, to give us an hour of invisible cover while if people come in
Okay.
We
that we
also
don't
have
want.
the bag.
We do also have the bag,
Mulak.
but I think rope
sorry.
trick will allow us to keep tabs.
There is a window that you can open in rope trick. Okay, Mulak, what are you doing?
I guess for right now, just kind of we're gonna need to try to make our. I want to try to stay at the place so that we make like our stance that like we're actually here. We look believable, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. All right. So first off, to find the hidey hole, give me a perception check there. Mulak or Mularn.
A investigation.
Yeah, you can do an investigation.
That guy.
You find a little closet that's not completely destroyed. All right. Tarl, roll me. This is why I really wish there was a craft skill in 5e. You know what? Roll me your smith tools. We'll use your tool set here with strength as the modifying stat. You're able to start fixing some holes in the walls with some leftover scraps and bits. Gestalt's able to find what looks like a old bag of plaster that can be mixed to try to start covering walls. Mulaith, roll. You're trying to do comfort. Was that right, Mulaith?
Yes, that's correct.
Like, what would you be doing for comfort?
Like seeing if she can use the tent or like any of people's like stuff that they brought to try to like make a sleeping area that's not just like hardwood floor stuff.
Okay,
Privacy, curtains.
I think that you could do that without having to really do a roll. It'll just take you some time.
Okay.
Because you got material for that. Mulak, you're just looking like you're helping and trying to keep up appearance.
No, I'm looking like I'm bossing them around.
You know what? Roll me a performance check.
That's the one thing I'm not great at. 24.
It is believable. Arvax, you are now Arcat?
Arcat.
Okay, where are you going to head? Who's dying?
Mish.
No, tell her to stop that.
He would said stop that.
I kind of want to head kind of partially into Makey Way, but I don't want to just go all the way through. I actually want to go part way through, unless something really catches my attention. Then I want to cut back around behind. I'm gonna click.
Okay,
Kind of circle back towards the Temple Mott.
Okay.
Kind of like going in a circle back towards the group before the hour's up, if I can.
Okay, give me a perception check.
God. Wouldn't I use a cat stats for that, or would it be mine?
It would be the cat stats.
Use the cat stat.
Not that it matters because I rolled a natural one because I'm a dumbass.
Well, let's find cat stats.
Cat stat!
I typed cat Cat 5e, and it's just wires.
I hate. Why does it hate me?
All right. Roll a d20 plus 3.
Oh, the thing changed.
Does roll 20 look different for anybody else?
Yeah, it updated a little bit.
Are you fucking with me?
So that's a nat 1 for a
What the
4.
flying fuck?
You get
I
distracted.
hate everything. I hate life.
Mulligan?
I hate fucking roll 20.
You can take a mulligan. 10.
Mother.
You never been a cat
fucker.
before. You're very
Thir-
like, ooh, a tail? Ooh,
13.
whiskers?
Okay, well, technically that's a 13 because there's still a plus 3 added to this.
Still, God.
So at the 13, you're not noticing anything out of the ordinary other than there is a statue of Canon Mackie that is in the Mackie Way now, and you're noticing that there's no humans or halflings.
All elves.
It's not even half elves. It is all high elves that are coming through here.
And I'm assuming this looks much more high end than what used to be the end.
It does, but you are very much distracted by Thirsty Quest 2,
God damn. Fuck.
The Great Elven Adventure.
Oh, God. I'm not going in there.
So you're noticing that what used to be the regular market, that some of the shops are still the same.
But not being run by
The same
whatever
people.
races.
No, it
ran them
seems
before.
that it's almost all high elves. And you're kind of doing a loop down. Do you go down near where the square used to be, or are you just looping through the buildings back towards the Temple Mott?
You know what? I will go down to the square, or at least to where I can see the square to see if anything's different.
Okay, so as you get to where the old metal pike building was, you see that it is now a woven branch station. And erected in the square are now a large set of gallows.
Ooh.
And
Pretty sure they get a lot of use out of those.
you recognize one of the bodies that is swinging.
Oh no. I have
It
a feeling
is-
we're going to hear that a lot.
It is Warder Bloodmane, the head of the metal pikes.
Oh, the Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Ah, I liked him. Man. Fuck. I was kind of hoping he was still around. Oh, shit. Is he the only one up there?
There's a couple of halflings that are hanging.
But no one I recognize.
No, but you also watch as they're beating on Bloodmane.
Mm. They're just beating his corpse?
Oh, give me a perception check. Yeah, it might be. It looks like they're just beating his corpse.
Fuck. Can't do magic on a cat.
Meow. No, meow. You're also noticing that the streets are way cleaner than they used to be. They've also looked like they've now been paved with cobbles instead of just a few places with cobbles and more dirt roads than anything.
But only on this side, not back
Yeah,
where we came in.
No, not where y'all were. But this area is the quote unquote nice part of town.
There's not much I can do. I don't like that they're beating the man's corpse, but I only have an hour as a cat, so
I mean, you're just gonna loop around.
yeah, back towards the Temple Mott.
Okay, you don't have to roll for this one. The Temple Mott has been increased in size. Like dirt has been piled up, fresh sod or fresh soil or fresh grass has been planted on it, as well as plants. And the temple itself has a large tower coming up from behind it, And where the Woven Branch Barracks was is now a much larger addition to the temple.
Is it like crawling with Woven Branch?
There's a lot, but you also notice that there's several of those iron poles with still burning bodies on them. And all of the ones here just say drow.
How much time do I have left?
Maybe about 20 minutes.
I'm going to kind of pat around Temple more, just see what I can see if what I can hear, maybe anything useful.
The more you pat around it, you hear people yelling, as you can see that there are folks that are being hoisted upon more of these iron posts.
Don't like that. Okay, it's getting to where I'm going to have to change back. I'm going to probably head over to this area away from the temple so I can just duck behind a building before I change back.
Okay, as you go into the penance area, give me a stealth check, and for the cat, stealth is +4.
$15.
15, okay. Doesn't seem like anybody noticed you do this.
I just kind of duck in between a couple buildings where there's shadow and let it wear off, and then just kind of casually walk out the other side of the building before I head back to where everybody else is.
Okay. About an hour after giving Arvax the stone, she returns.
We need to burn this place to the fucking ground.
I mean, that's generally the plan.
I told you this is a running theme with you guys.
They got blood, man.
The Metal Pikes guy?
Yeah, they've got him up in the gallows, and they're currently beating his corpse. And they've got a whole lot more people currently being staked and burned around the temple. All of them drow. Also, there's nothing but high elves in the market way now. It's the fancy part of town.
Doesn't surprise me. It's typically how the stuff goes. How the stuff goes.
They're fancy cobbled streets, punctuated with a gallows at the end.
Yeah, gentrification is the thing.
Mulaith, because you have the highest perception, you realize one member of your party is missing.
Oh god, which one?
You don't see Drifus.
Guys?
What?
That other guy, I can't remember his name. The kind of broody one.
Warren.
He's a little mopey.
Warren.
He's gone.
The fuck you mean he's gone?
At this
I mean, I don't see him, do you?
He fucking told me he wouldn't.
You believed him?
Yes, I believed him.
This close to Elmborn, and you believed him?
He's usually got more common sense than the rest of you.
Really?
Fucker,
This close to Elmborn? Really? You remember?
I asked him, and he said it was stupid.
You remember what? You remember how he picked up? How he changed at the tree?
I remember him throwing up, which was a pretty
that,
legit response.
I mean the steeled resolve, the return of his abilities.
I'm going to slap him.
Remember after the vampire, when all he had to do was say, "Yep, this is what happened," and he turned himself in to become a penitent?
Doesn't he have a stone?
Correction, I didn't turn myself in to be a penitent. I just reported what happened, and they...
Oh, you fucker! Where'd you go?
Looks at Mulak. Help.
What?
Help. You know fancier words than me.
You
Marsupial.
got it. You went looking, didn't you?
No. But there are 2 dead woven branch.
Of course there are.
So why do you need fancy words?
I just need to know a fancier way of saying I murdered 2 woven branch because they were going to set a child on fire.
That
Yeah.
seems like a pretty good way to say it.
Did anyone see
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Great.
universal. That was
Did they
pretty
see
universal.
you come here?
When did you even wander off?
You became a cat.
Yeah, so that no one would notice me.
I went to
Change
buy
him.
food.
Change him now. Change him now into something else.
Boop. He looks like George Costanza. If George Costanza were an elf.
It's a weird ass looking elf.
Why do I feel like I need to complain about things more now? But yeah, I also have a child with me.
What?
You see a gnome child that's completely soaked in oil?
Oh, jeez.
God, somebody spray it off.
Are you guys like a wandering orphanage?
Not typically, no. Greg was just kind of a thing. It was just kind of a thing.
The big lady adopted
So,
me. Then the big
Greg
lady
started as a
abandoned me.
joke.
Perry grabbed him. We fed him. There's really no getting rid of him after that.
Like a raccoon.
Yeah.
Okay, can we prestidigitate this kid or something?
Yeah, I do it.
Hi.
Hello?
What's your name?
I'm going to type this out because it's a frickin' gnome name.
Oh my god, is this not actually a kid and is instead just a gnome? Please tell me he just he just grabbed a fully grown gnome.
I think Drifus is smart enough to know the difference.
This is the name that was created by a gnome name generator.
Albutro Marinos Bubblegum POTUS Bombay. What the fuck?
We'll call him Bubbles.
How about let's go with Albutro?
Most gnomes get nicknames from their families, and I'm
Do
feeling.
you have a
definitely got caught.
nickname?
Kevin
Okay, Kevin.
with a Q.
Of course. Okay, Kevin with a Q. Great. Why is the Q where the V should be?
Where else would it be?
At the beginning, K. You could kind of fudge it at the beginning.
No, I'm making this as terrible as I can.
I can't stand you.
You should have just done Kevin and then added a Q at the end.
Oh, so I'm 45.
Well, you're still a child.
Drifus, you brought a 45-year-old.
I am still technically a minor by gnome standards. Also, am I kidnapped? Or am I freed? What
I
is
mean, he
this?
just helped you not get set on fire. You're not gonna turn us into anybody, are you?
No, they burned my mom and dad.
I mean,
Do you like the Fortnites?
I'm not gonna keep you here.
What?
What?
Moose over here. Do you like Fortnites? That's what youths are into these days.
Well, go yeet in the corner.
Just slowly actually steps back towards Drifus because of that statement.
Yeah, ignore that one. I mean,
I'm hip. I'm very hip.
you have somewhere else you can go. I mean,
The whole diocese is at war, and my parents helped get food to Quoth in the
wait,
army.
you're Quoth. Where's Quoth?
Somewhere
Do
up
you know?
north. Somewhere up
Fuck.
north now. Like he's just been trying to keep the rid of land busy, is what my dad said. And so they sent food to him, and then we got caught, and then they burned them, and they were going to do it to me.
I mean, if you want to stick around us,
Is there
Fine.
anyone around that were helping your parents?
Say that again, Moose. It went fuzzy for me.
Is there anyone around that was helping your parents?
Yeah, they lined the road to the south.
They lined the like they don't their heads are no
They-
longer attached to their bodies.
yeah, they're-
Yeah. That
Yeah,
kind of thing.
They stopped decapitating people because they said if they set you on fire with righteous flames, you'll burn hotter in the hells.
Boy, religion is fucked up, huh?
I would be an atheist, but I'm pretty sure that that's hedging my bets the wrong way with as many gods as there are.
You know, I think you're also a pretty hip kid, just like me.
I mean, if you want to stick around us, that's fine.
I have nowhere else to go. Like, if I run, they'll catch me again.
Hey, Greg, meet Bubbles. I mean, Kevin with the Q.
Can you
Hey,
change?
hey.
Can
You're
you
now
change the
best
way he
friends.
looks, Art?
Who?
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin with the Q? I'd have to redo it again. I could do it tomorrow.
All right, well, let's kind of keep him hidden till then.
Okay,
Greg.
you two hang out here and play your Fortnites.
Greg, your job is that this kid doesn't get seen.
Greg slowly pulls out a dagger.
No, Greg, not like that.
The hard
Maybe
way.
maybe Kevin doesn't hang out with Greg.
Specifications.
Safe, Greg. Kept safe.
Pulls out 2 daggers.
We'll give one to Kevin.
He doesn't know how to use it.
You don't know that. You could teach him.
That's probably not a good idea.
I think it is a good idea that this young...
Moulay,
Right? Kevin,
Moulay,
do you want a dagger?
Moulay, how are you handling your brother telling what you know as a kobold in disguise to teach this gnome adolescent how to use a knife?
How to knife
I mean, I'm not even remotely surprised.
how to knife
Wrong.
fight? How to knife fight in the abandoned livery?
Wrong kid died.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Machete fight me right now.
Kevin, do you want a dagger?
No.
What?
Let's just put him inside so no one sees him and let him just calm down.
I figured you were
every
all
40
inside this building that Tarl is like fixing a wall and Gestalt spackling.
We'll just keep him inside.
I
Tarl,
thought all 45-year-old gnomish children would... Tarl, when you were 45, you would have wanted a knife, right?
Will
Or a
you
hammer?
leave the guy alone?
Tarl's like 60.
Right, when he was 45, he would have wanted to hit some stuff.
Please ignore him.
Tarl, there's this argument about how Drifus murdered somebody, saved a gnome, and now they're talking about knife fighting in the livery that you're fixing up.
Man, you got to murder some guys and I didn't.
At 45, I was already an expert with my hammer.
See?
The guy just had his parents get burned at the stake. Why don't you give him a break?
You teach the man to fight, he don't have to worry about getting burned at the stake.
Also, if I'd known that murdering people off the bat was on the table, I might have done a little bit of it.
Yeah, but it's not, though.
It wasn't, but I'm not apologizing for it.
I mean, I figured you wouldn't. However, let's attempt to keep the murder to a minimum here. Doesn't seem like there's a whole. Let's put it this way: it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of new folks in town.
Or it'll get blamed on the people that are here who are innocent.
Correct. So they'll either start looking at us, or probably just murdering random penitents.
Yeah, I know.
So what you're saying is we need to act more quickly and murder my dad.
I'm saying
We need to
one
act
of the
more smartly. We can
and
move
murder your
quickly,
dad.
but it has to be with thought.
We're only gonna get one shot at this.
We can't be emotional about it.
Also, one of the Woven Branch had 2 tickets to Thirsty Quest. It's still open.
That's not how
Yeah,
we
I
move quickly,
saw.
though.
It's the second.
Oh, Mulaith, you would love it.
You and Arvax should go. Kind of a girls' night. You kind of get to know each other.
I think that's for another time. We have more important things to do.
I mean, not at the moment. Just
Yeah,
laying
we
low.
kind of do. We need to figure out what the fuck we're gonna do.
No, well, first
Hold-
of all, we're gonna lay low and not murder people anymore.
Yes, that's
Mulaith
part of
holds up
it.
the fabric that she's been working on. I am quite busy. Thank you very much.
Yes, we're making sure not to murder anybody yet, but
Mulaith has made her own room. She has just tinted up her own section.
gotta figure
Pretty
out how
much.
we have to figure out how to get to Elvorn. We can't be super sneaky anymore because we don't have Perry.
We need to find out if he's. We need to find out if he's still here.
I'm pretty sure he's here.
If he is here, we need to find out where he frequents, which is probably inside the temple, and he never fucking leaves because that's what despots
He's
typically
probably
do.
in the big ass tower they built behind it.
So as y'all are talking, you start hearing the bells ring from the temple mott. And Woven Branch criers come through talking about the execution is to begin. All must move to the temple mott to witness.
Execution.
I'm gonna look. Kevin, how long do these things usually last?
Who are they executing?
They caught a group of bards.
Hmm. How long do these executions usually last?
Depends on how many.
Approximate in this situation, approximately.
An hour?
Okay. I am going to cast Rope Trick and look at Greg and Kevin with a Q, or Kequin, and go climb up the rope, pull the rope up. This will last about an hour. No one will be able to see you or get into you. No one will be able to see you or get to you there. Once you pull the rope up, you'll be able to see out. You'll be able to see out the bottom.
Okay. Thank you.
So, do we go? I think we kind of have to.
I mean, we could also go up the rope trick thing, but we can
This is
also
also-
find out how
this
best
is-
to get in the temple.
We've
Yeah,
walked like
is-
almost a whole day already, though, right?
Yeah.
This is also a good idea to get an idea on general security and what we may be coming up against, or what we may
Sure.
have to overcome.
I already know it's crawling with Woven Branch, but you're probably right.
Yeah, but what level? Is it just mooks, or do we have some of the higher end assholes that we have to deal with? Is the writ of land here and active and not just an outpost? Is Elmorn going to show the fuck up to lord over his farce? These are questions that need to be answered.
It's true. So off to a execution we go.
So, as you get to the temple mont, and the sun is starting to get low, you can see that Arvax, the ones that were being put on the post when you got there, have already been lit, and there is no longer screaming. Just foul-smelling torches in front of this beautiful temple to a false religion.
What are the reactions of the people?
The penitents are. There's very much a defeated noise and coming from that group because they know that at any moment they could be up on one of those posts.
Like they could be up on one of those posts if someone gets bored situation.
Pretty much, like this is cruelty to them. Several of the high elves, and you're realizing most of these high elves, it's not like Dryas, where you're from, where there are wealthy elven individuals and even humans that interact on a more secular level within the city. You're realizing these are a lot of Maripels and other clergy of the church. It seems like, or the theocracy, so most of what's moved into Hillins now seems to be
The upper echelon of the church.
Or at least the local echelon. As you get there, you also see a wanted poster for Prioress Jathira, listing her not only as a drow, but as an apostate.
Damn.
That's good.
She's out there.
Exactly.
And you see, and at first you don't see it, but Mulaith, you notice it almost immediately. The way these 6 bards are arranged on this pyre almost puts them in the arrangement of the front legs of a spider. It catches your eye for just a second and then it's gone. And out from the top balcony, overlooking the main entrance of the temple itself, you watch Elvorn walk out, resplendent in a white vestment over enameled armor.
Bougie motherfucker.
And then next to him steps out a very familiar looking female elf. Tarl kicks this right off. But looks like an individual you saw just a day or two before without the horns, standing next to him in a elegant red and white dress.
I'm
Right.
I'm going to walk next to Drifus and go and without even looking at him, by just looking up, going, if you keep your head about you, looks like we'll get a 2-for-1.
Honestly, I thought you were going to say something about my parents getting back together and I was going to punch you in the dick.
This is, if you hadn't noticed, my brother and I's. If you hadn't noticed my brother and I's mood and mannerisms the past 8 or 9 hours, I don't think I think we're a little bit too. I think we're a little bit past irreverency.
And then Elvorn speaks, booming unnaturally loud from his location, so it's obvious magic is being used. For the crime of heresy, spreading falsehoods, and undermining the authority of the diocese and of the Holy Mother herself, you have been condemned to die. And he grabs a torch to cast on, and you start hearing a song, Mulak, that you taught them. And in unison, beautifully, they yell, or I should say they sing, "The prior only has one knuckle of dick, and no one will give it a lick."
Oh my god.
I'll look at my sister and say, I wrote that.
You did
Yep.
not.
And
I
they're about to
did.
die for it.
They
Yeah.
continue to sing this bawdy song, inferring that he has contracted everything that can be contracted, from the common cold to mega herpes.
I am going to look at my brother and go, message them.
How far away are they?
Well, how far
This isn't my original group though, right?
it is?
It is. Okay. Somebody told me they were dead.
Oh, we thought they was dead a long time ago.
How far away are they?
Well, how far does message go? 120 feet?
120 feet.
If you get a little bit, you'd have to get a good bit closer from where you are.
Could do it like without standing out? Like, will I be like the person in the front?
You'd be very close to the front.
Start feeding them truth.
All right, I'll move close enough.
I will be near him and ready to cast invisibility. You don't have your broom, do you?
I do.
I'm going to ready invisibility at level get ready for invisibility at level 3 so that I can make both of us invisible, and then we just shoot, and then we just motor out on that broom if things go bad.
And I'll say, hey, it's me. Start talking about how he's in league with, oh god, Lolf. And,
Can you save us?
well, I'm not done sending my message. And they tied the real god to a tree using other gods.
Make him invisible so they can go on time. He can go on time.
The big thing here is he's like, can you at least say what the? I don't understand anything you're saying. Can you save us? Like he's still like the rest.
How
One of them falls off of singing, and the rest of them are still going.
how far away is the people that are about to kill him?
You watch as Elvorn is tossing the torch.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can I... Okay.
Hang on.
Wait, let me try this first.
Prestidigitation, snuff it out or something?
I'm going to use a sorcery point
It doesn't work
for
like that.
subtle spell. And I'm going to try to mage hand and catch the torch and toss it to the side.
Oh.
No, throw it back at him!
All right, what are you doing with it?
You're not there.
Your mage hand is visible, correct? It's not invisible.
Yes, correct.
So you're grabbing. It's got to grab the torch and toss it, correct?
Yes.
Using your spell attack, see if you can catch this thing.
Plus 11. I'll just roll a chromatic orb. 28.
Yeah, that's able to grab the torch. Does it just toss it to the side, or what's it doing?
Yeah, it just like tosses it to the side. Can it snuff it?
I would say no, because it's only one hand.
Okay, I'll try to.
I mean, if it gets tossed on the ground, it would probably put it out.
Yeah, try to toss it like as far as it can toss it away into the dirt.
Okay, so it gets tossed into the dirt. Do you dispel the hand, or is it still just there?
No, I dispel the hand.
Okay. Elvorn seems frustrated and motions, and you see several of the woven branch start moving forward with their own torches just to light it from the bottom.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The thematicness of it was ruined.
Okay, one last thing. Let me use another sorcery point for subtle spell. Major image of the big-haired barbarian woman. Just sprinting right, so make sure all the guys with the torches and Elvorn can see it, and just sprints right past them going, and I'll fucking do it again!
They are going to immediately swarm her.
But she's like,
I
wait,
told you I'd do it again.
she's just gonna keep running in circles so she can't get caught. And I'll look at my brother and go, fucking now what?
Okay, everybody else, further back. Elvorn's torch missed. And then the red-haired barbarian lady from all the posters went charging up the hill, and you know the twins are up there somewhere. So, Mulaith, what do you do, realizing that this is happening?
She is going to start heading that way very, very quickly.
You're going to start pushing through the crowd?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to use the sending stone and tell everybody, hang back.
Tarl,
Our sister doesn't have a sending stone.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I understand that. Hang back. We're working here.
Tarl, what do you
Give
do?
us a minute.
I hear the message, and I'm going to hang back.
All right.
By the way, the barbarian will start screaming what I told my bards to say. That they're in league with
And now, am I close enough to grab her before she runs forward?
Roll me. Y'all walk together. I guess give me an unarmed attack to see if you can grab Mulaith. Arvax is going to choose to hang back as well, mostly because I have a child yelling in the other room.
Unarmed attack or athletics?
Athletics is fine. Yeah, that's not going to beat her AC. You go to grab her, but she's very
Slippery.
She is very lithe and just moves through the crowd quickly. All right, this is going to be the last thing before we sign off. Twins.
Well, first the barbarian lady starts screaming about how Elvorn is in league with Loaf and about the gods being tied to the tree.
Well, everybody's distracted. I'm casting invisibility on my brother and I.
We have to untie them somehow.
We're invisible.
Okay.
Okay, so I got to do some investigation checks because they're swinging at this lady. So I got to open up character sheets.
How many bards are there?
There's 6, and they're up on the mott on this pyre. But it also seems that, again, this place is swarming with Woven Branch. The pyre is getting lit by other ones that are not dealing with the barbarian. I just need to get to the bestiary. So, investigation. First one's just swinging and not realizing. Still swinging and a missing. However, one of the last ones is going to swing and realize something's wrong, and he's going to start yelling about the barbarian's not real, but the other ones are still swinging away. So smoke is going to start emanating from the bottom of the pyre. The bards go back to singing their song, and you just see as Elvorn and the woman, or the elven woman beside him, are just staring down, watching as the pyre starts to light. The twins are now invisible. Everybody else is hanging back, and that's where we'll end tonight's session and pick up there next week. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, shit. Shit's about to get deep.
Yep. So everybody, let's see. My lovely wife is in the other room with a very angry baby.
Yeah, I'm about to jump off because she keeps smashing her head into my headphones.
Okay, so we are Team Bonus Action on YouTube, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Facebook, YouTube. Here on Twitch, we are bonus_team on Twitter. We are also at teambonusaction.com, which is our lovely website created by FrekiIV. That's all of our social media. There may be more popping up soon. Schedule-wise, I think it's kind of up in the air because we're starting to get into Mardi Gras season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All y'all down there that have more than 2 parades, let me know. That way I can That way I know what weeks we might not be able to play because we'll be doing parades or people will be in parades because we got a couple folks that will be into parades. So just keep an eye out, ear out, and thank y'all for watching, and everybody thank y'all for playing. And Knox, since you're here.
We appreciate y'all hanging out with us this evening, and until next time, folks, don't let your meatloaf.
Thank you.